Hey guys, I'm Nick,
And I'm Kat.
and you're listening to
Just two people pleasers.
Woo!
Woo!
Episode 7.
We
I
did.
got it right.
Yes. She did check
um,
beforehand, but
I asked her about 3 times what episode we were on, but I got it.
yeah,
I got there.
episode 7.
We hope y'all had a great Easter, and not related to Easter, but this is my breaking news of the week because I don't know how to do transitions very well. I don't know if any of y'all have heard about the new Karate Kid movie that's coming out. It's called Karate Kid Legends. And I was talking to Kat a little bit before we started recording, and you said you've maybe seen one of the original 80s movies?
I feel like I must have, but I don't remember it whatsoever. So,
Fair enough.
But I not that we can recreate this conversation.
Yes.
But I told Nick, I was like, I
Amazing.
think the most like karate kung fu thing was the last thing I did was like Kung Fu Panda 4. And then Nick asked, "What's that about?" And I said Jack Black is a panda because I thought she meant what is
Like
the
in
whole
general.
series. But yeah, so it was just really
It was
funny.
hilarious.
It was just blank face, like Jack Black is a panda,
And I cracked up laughing. I was like, I just mean that plot, that movie plot. I had no recollection of what it was about. Because I've seen them all, but it's been a minute.
mm,
I think I went to see it in theaters, like a $5 Tuesday ticket or something.
which I want to fight Regal.
Go, you go.
Because, okay, listen, they had it like every Tuesday, like it's like
Oh, yeah.
it's like
Did it stop?
yeah, I guess I don't know. Like on the
Hmm.
app, it doesn't show up anymore. I'm just like, how dare you? But I don't know if you go in, maybe it might work, or not, or I don't know if the app wasn't up to date or something. I haven't checked again, but because I really want to see Until Dawn, which is a video
Is that
game
another-
movie.
Okay, is it zombies again, or because I feel like anything that has dawn or like sunrise or something is a zombie thing.
It's zombie-ish. It's Wendigo.
I know nothing about nothing.
Basically, it's like when you like cannibalize someone, then you turn like evil-esque, and like you're kind of like
Oh, you like
Gollum-y is kind
oh,
of
so you commit some kind of heinous thing and then you like morph into this. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
in an Until Dawn, that's what it's about. But the trailer, it like it's not like the game at all. Like the trailer for the movie, like
Oh.
I was watching and I was like, that's not how any of that movie went. But okay.
Oh no.
But so I want to see the movie so badly, so I can
like,
come on
hate
here
watch
and just
it?
be like,
Yes.
what happened? Because they made it like a Groundhog Day thing, where it's like every day we die a different way, but that's not
No.
what the game was.
Oh no.
But sorry, I hijacked this.
No, it's all good. It's just I think it perfectly goes with the theme because we're gonna talk about ruining precious franchises. Not okay. Ruin's a strong word. I love Jackie Chan with all of my heart. He'll never listen to this, so I can say that openly. I had the biggest crush on him when I was like 9 years old. I was really into Japanese culture and Chinese culture. I'm learning Mandarin now randomly because I was like, I don't know. I like to learn languages. I was like, now I'm gonna learn Mandarin. So it's actually really cool. I want to go and rewatch his old films in Chinese. I think that'd be cool. Anyway, back to the topic. So the original, someone's gonna correct me out there and be like, it was definitely not that number. I think it was 3 Karate Kid movies originally, and then
I feel like people usually do trilogies, so
yeah, right,
Yep.
makes sense because I think the last one he was in Japan for. Anyway, and then they did another Karate Kid movie, which I have many feelings about because Jackie Chan stars in it, and he teaches a kid kung fu, and they call it the Karate Kid, and they're on the Great Wall of China doing kung fu, and the movie is called The Karate Kid. I'm like, you could have made it the Kung Fu Kid; it would have been awesome, but no. So how are they redeeming it? They're taking Jackie Chan's character and putting him in the original Karate Kid universe. So anyway, I'll read the blurb. So the first Karate Kid movie was released in June 1984. And 40 years later, the franchise is still going strong with the Cobra Kai series on Netflix and the film Karate Kid Legends coming soon. The original movies followed Daniel LaRusso, played by Ralph Macchio, and he trained in karate and overcame bullies, like a classic story. You know, the people are bullying him. He's like, I'm strong now. I know karate. Anyway, and then in 2010, Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan had a similar thing going, the master pupil thing, and he studied kung fu. So now, after over a decade, a new movie's coming out. So they're gonna merge the worlds. So Sony has announced Karate Kid Legends on the way and promised to return to the original Karate Kid franchise with the new movie.
When executives say we're going back to our roots, that means we need to remake the entire thing, like,
I know,
so that it'll capture the vibe.
And this apparently isn't the last of the movies. You should have seen I just aggressively like rubbed like my head because I know this is gonna just go down. I know it's going to. Anyway, and the way this writer puts it, finally tying 2010's movie with the larger franchise. Anyway, so it brings back Ralph Macchio's Daniel LaRusso and Jackie Chan's Mr. Han from that Karate Kid movie, and a new character. So Cobra Kai did very well, so they're trying to harp on that success, and they're trying to be like, hey guys, I know you hate us for creating that one movie. So now they're actually going to teach this kid kung fu and karate and blend the two styles together to beat his bullies. So they're really going like, please don't hate us for ruining like one of your favorite things.
We're sorry,
time, right?
We did a boo boo.
It's a giant.
Here are all of our reparations.
So, and the article ends and could indicate more movies in the future. This is from ScreenRant.com, by the way. I should give it some credit. Dalton Norman wrote the article. I thought it pretty well summarized things. So anyway, I'm just hoping for the best at this point because I love Karate Kid. I love Jackie Chan. If they can blend it and do it well, I will be very happy. If they mess it up, they will hear from me.
I will write them a letter, and I will keep it in my inbox, and I will not send it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly. Yep. Or I'll like write it on paper and burn it, and then just let all my emotions out. Yeah. So I'm assuming probably only 2 people in the whole world care about this as much as me, but there you go. There are my feelings.
Nick has a lot of feelings about this thing. Which brings us to our main thing, which we will both have a lot of feelings.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna do a little twist on Am I the Asshole Reddit readings, which, guys, Mom's gonna let me curse. Hooray!
Oh, hooray!
No, because the first episode, I remember I said a curse word, and then you're like, you gotta get rid of that.
Yeah.
So I can say asshole. I can say it because it's in the title. You can't fight me now.
And there's some, I think, what do we do about words that come up, like, in the stories?
I mean, it's up to us, yeah.
It's up to, okay, use your discretion, I guess.
But I'm so happy. But we had an idea of how to make this a little more people-pleasing like for our podcast, you know, because we got to keep it in theme.
Yeah.
So we talked about how that like, because I watch a couple Reddit like shows and stuff where they read the thing and then they give advice and stuff, and I made Nick watch one with me, and then we were talking about that, and we were like, we wouldn't do that at all. Like I get the advice, it's good, but I would never do that. So we're gonna read these stories and then put our little twist of how a people pleaser would handle the situation.
I'm so excited.
I mean, of course we'll be like, this is what should happen, but because we're people pleasers, it'll not happen. And for this one, we focused more on craft stuff because we do be dealing with a lot of crafts.
Oh my gosh. Yes, a lot of crafts and a lot of people. Anyway. Trying to say it very, very nice way to say it. Just, we have to people a lot, and it's not fun.
Okay.
So, would you like to start us off?
Ooh, sure. Okay. I'm gonna start with this one. It's called Am I the Asshole for Selling My Girlfriend's Craft, which she made from material that I paid for?
Here we go. Starting off strong.
All right. My girlfriend, Emily, 23 female, and I, 30 male. 7-year age gap. First of all, red flag.
Not me and Fred being 7 years apart. His name is Fred now for the purpose of this podcast. Anyway. Sorry,
Okay.
continue.
So they've been dating for a year. We live together. Emily is a freelance writer, and she also is studying for her master's. She has this hobby, quote unquote, of making stuffed toys, tablecloths, scarves, and stuff. Very descriptive.
Okay.
But the most expensive and interesting ones are her glass cups and plates. She makes paintings on them and stores them in a shelf. But they spelled shelf wrong. But
Strong start for this guy. Strong start.
That's another thing how this is going to be different. Is I'm gonna do side commentary because you can't shut me up.
No, I love it.
Okay, I often pay for more than half of her materials. I got laid off from work last January, and our financial condition was really bad by February. So I asked her if she could sell some of her crafts for money. She flat out refused and said that she worked extra hard and I should start looking for a job. Which, go queen, we love that. I knew it was difficult for me to get a job and that harder days were coming, so I decided to sell some of her glass crockery, and tablecloths on Etsy.
Too. Man, this guy's got to get a dictionary.
I didn't tell her before selling them because I knew she wouldn't understand. Also, you asked her and she said no, but okay. We survived February and March with her freelance money and her glass crockery sets. Crockery sets. It's just a weird word to say. It's a correct word.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
Yeah. It's just like
fancy. It's just, fancy, just stuff.
Yeah. So from the glass crockery sets and some of our savings. Today she was cleaning the shelves and she asked me if I knew where her crockery was. I told her that I sold them and she went absolutely hysterical. Big surprise.
You mean politely said, why did you do that? And asked, probably just was just upset. Sorry.
I was going to tell her later because I knew that she wouldn't understand otherwise. She called me a thief and demanded that I return her crockery immediately. I told her it was impossible and that she could always make the exact same ones. She hasn't talked to me and is being completely unreasonable and inconsiderate. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a hard asshole.
I'm sorry, but that's an immediate.
Yeah. Especially, he asked her and she said no.
Yep.
That's the end of it.
Yep. They've only been dating a year. I'm sorry. My personal opinion, don't move in with somebody after just a year. I don't know. It's just me. Maybe they needed to because the economy sucks. But, you really find out a lot about a person when you live together. I hope that they
steal stuff from you.
Yeah. You find yourself a better man, girly. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I hope this guy doesn't come after us.
This was 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. We're good.
So
we're good.
Hopefully.
Mine were a little more recent, so that's why I think I'm
Yeah. But from a people pleaser perspective, I definitely put myself in the girl, and I would just be like, "Oh, you sold them," and then I'd just cry about it in my room by myself,
right? And just be
hysterical.
Okay, that's all I'd say. All I'd say was just look and be like, "All right," and then just walk off slowly. Just you hear the door shut and just weeping. Yep.
That's.
Would we break up with him? Probably not. Not me.
Right,
no. I because.
Well, here's the thing with our people pleasing thing.
Yeah.
Somehow I'd be like, well, yeah, he paid for half of the materials, so therefore he can do whatever he wants, even though, no, it's your stuff.
It's your it's your hard earned, beautiful art. Worked hard on it. I'm more protective of her art than she is. I feel like. I will fight someone, literally. I think we told this story. We're walking out of Joann's and you had a lot of yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to punch her in the face for saying that, oh, someone's got, their weekend plans or something. I was like, you know what? You wish you could crochet like she can. Like, excuse you. We are gonna have a great weekend. You know what? You go have a great weekend too. Anyway. Alright. So I'm very excited for this one. I'm starting with it because I want to see your reaction.
Let's go.
Alright, so it's titled, Am I the Asshole for Yelling at Someone at a Craft Market? Here we go. I, female 25, am a crafter. I crochet and do some other things and have just started selling them at markets. I have made some commissioned work, but it's mostly been for friends and family. I'm just looking over. I'm just looking over her occasionally for reactions. I have a full-time job and only craft to relieve stress. I started selling at markets for the sole fact that I have an excess amount of stuff and didn't want to just give it away, as it does take time and money to make. I sell my items for cheaper than most people.
Oops doodles. Who is this girl? Me? Like, did I write this
right?
2 years ago or something?
I think you did.
Yeah.
At my first market, this past weekend, I was approached by another crocheter. I had seen their name on the list, but hadn't had a chance to look at any of their items. Though some customers had told me that my prices were much cheaper, and we were selling some pretty different-looking things. When they walked up, they introduced themselves. I'll call them Mary for the sake of simplicity. Mary looked around and immediately was bumping customers out of the way to pick things up and was making comments about how much I was undercharging. Mary then began to very loudly talk about how much they charge for their stuff and how I needed to raise my prices. I just smiled and said, maybe I will after this first market, and they continued to pick up things and comment on everything, saying I was cheapening myself. I started to ignore them as I had someone asking a question about another object.
A paying customer, probably.
Yep, a customer. Yep.
Sorry.
No, please do. I knew this was gonna strike a chord. This ain't gonna
okay.
Get ready.
No, but once you're done, like this basically happened to me.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mary walked off yelling about wanting to talk more and that they'd be back. So I just brushed it off.
Also, isn't she trying to sell stuff too?
Yep.
Like, be at your own booth.
Yep.
What?
She'll always say, like, oh, well, I do fine for myself. I can just take a break now and again. I don't know. This sounds like the type of... Anyway. So about 15 minutes later, Mary returned to my table and again began talking about how if I wanted to make money, I needed to charge more. This time, bringing a blanket with them. This blanket was very similar to one I had made. I found the pattern on Pinterest, so not surprising. Talking about how they charged a little over $300 for it, and I was only charging $85. I explained that I used a nice brand of yarn, but it didn't take me long to finish. They kept saying how they charged $16 an hour for labor and then added materials to the cost. I replied that if that works for them, then that's what works, but I didn't think I needed to sell my stuff for that much. I turned to accept payment from someone else. A customer.
Paying customer?
Yep. Mary then came around the table to beside this customer and continued saying I needed to do better and that I brought crochet a bad name because I made everyone else's work look cheap. I told them we can talk about it later or they can bring it to the market board's attention and they can tell me to raise the price. They then grabbed the debit card from my customer and told me I needed to charge them more. I was fed up. I screamed for them to go back to their booth and please leave me alone. My prices were not their concern. They should be worried about their own work. I was contacted by the board and told that due to my actions, I was more than likely not going to be welcome back at this market. Am I the asshole?
Once she said debit card, my mouth opened and it did not close until the end of the story. You could hear me go, and then it just... the audacity? Wow!
Not the bringing a blanket over and going, look at this.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my
just
God.
the way it progressed, too. Like, she's trying to make sense. This is her first market.
Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Crocheters can either be, like, the bane of my existence or my best friends. It's like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground.
Yeah, there really isn't. It especially, like, because crocheting has become more, like, saturated. I guess. Like, a lot more people are selling crochet stuff.
Yeah.
Which, like, of course, because,
Well, COVID and people are bored, so.
So, like, there's a lot of things that's like, oh, okay, this person's selling this thing for, like, $2 more or whatever.
Yeah.
But oh my god,
$300 for a blanket? I'm sorry. Unless it's like some fancy. You've seen those mandala ones on TikTok?
Yeah.
That's $300. Not like a granny square. If she brought over a granny square blanket and tried to sell it was worth $300, I'm sorry.
Also, $16 an hour. Where did she get that from? Is that just like?
Isn't minimum wage like 15 now? I don't know.
No.
They didn't raise it?
Not where we live.
All right. Well.
$7.25.
What?
Per hour. Mm-hmm. That's minimum wage here.
Oh my gosh.
So like, okay, like they wanted to raise minimum wage, but then they just never did. But I'm just like 16. Like what?
I don't include materials cost in when I charge people stuff. Like I've only learned how to crochet this year, and I just got my first commissions, and like I'm just low. I'm just charging low because it's my first project. So I'm like, if it goes well, I'll figure it out from there. But most people are nice. Most people will give you an extra $5 sometimes or $10.
Especially especially the nice people are like, oh, like you're giving me such a deal. Thank you. Here's like $5 extra.
Yeah.
And then I just feel bad about it. But so I looked up California. In 2025, it's $16.50 per hour. So I guess maybe it's just because where we live, because But oh my god, and there's been a whole conversation of, because I'm on a lot of different Facebook groups like for crafting and craft fairs and crocheting and all that stuff, and like there's like a thing of like, how do you price your stuff? Like, do you do like, minimum wage for how many hours, and then add the materials? Do you do the material cost times 3, or do you do like a cent per stitch or something?
Oh my gosh.
So like I've heard it so many different ways, and my pricing is just like, what do I think someone would pay for this?
Right? Or I go, well, I'm crocheting anyway, watching TV, so like I'll just charge a little over the material costs, or something like that. So I don't know.
Because a lot of the stuff that I'm making is for kids, and I'm just like, okay, these children have no money. I'm just gonna
and they love them so much. They really do.
Yeah. As long as I'm not losing money, then I'm okay with it. Like. Like, I'm not like, it's not like I'm gonna earn a fortune, but I'm not like expecting to. But just going back to the story, mind your business. Like, okay, if you have a problem with it, bring it up once, and then whatever, and then if they don't, like, just leave it alone.
For real.
Hello. And then like taking the debit card out of a customer's
and demanding,
hand.
like, charge this card more. Like, demanding that you charge, and she's the one that got kicked out? Not the lady that was yanking cards out of customers' hands?
Which is, like, attempted theft, almost. Like, because it wasn't, she didn't give it to you. You just took her card.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
Anyway, I thought you would...
Yeah. Oh, my God. I'm, like, because I'm trying to think of, like, what even we would do as the people-pleaser aspect of it. And I'm just, like, at that point...
I'd get someone, I don't know, I feel like we do a lot of markets together.
Yeah.
And I feel like one of us would have stood up for, you know what I mean? Like, if I was doing that, you would have, like, yelled at her, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But, like, us ourselves, no. No, never.
Yeah. And I mean, like, probably we wouldn't be as, like, yelly, I guess. But, like, I mean, she was in the moment, and it was all day.
It was all day. I can't even imagine. Because, like, if you're by yourself in the booth, too, and, like, you probably didn't get many breaks.
Yeah, you probably are dehydrated, need to eat, and need to take a nap.
Yep.
And then someone comes and tests everything.
Yep.
Like, what? Oh, my God. Anyway. I want to fight someone. I'm ready to go. All right, going off of that one.
Okay.
I have a similar one, as in people need to mind their business.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for not giving poor kids free stuff at a craft fair?
I just will say before we start, I have a basket of free stuff that I give to kids, like, always. And I'm a hoarder slightly. I'm a recovering hoarder. So, like, I have a lot of McDonald's toys. I have, like, a lot of little Squishmallow things. And, like, random stuff. Like, especially around Easter, I'll have little Easter eggs to give out, too. So...
I also usually have, like, a bin of, like, free stickers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, for this reason. So just, like, here, whatever.
Because, like, what if I have $1, what can I get? Like, I'll always, like, have some Squishmallows that I got basically for free that I just save. And if a little kid, because it's, like, they have a little wallet sometimes and they pull out their little $1 bill.
Yeah. Oh, my God. But yes, sorry.
Are you apologizing for me interrupting your story? Oh my gosh.
People pleaser there. Okay, I vended at my first ever craft show a few weeks ago. Oh no. It was a small craft show hosted by a local church. I was selling handmade jewelry ranging in prices from $3 to $50. There was a group of about 7 kids who were running from table to table looking at things and playing. Very cute. They stopped by my table and were touching and trying on my jewelry, which I did not mind at all. I would, but this is fine. The kids kept picking up jewelry and asking how much it was. They were selecting my more expensive pieces, $25 to $50. They were clearly getting upset that my prettier jewelry was so expensive. So I offered them to look at my cheaper pieces, $3 to $5, which they said they did not like, and they left my table. That's a mood.
Dang.
Which...
Although,
Sorry,
honestly,
side tangent. I love how kids are so honest sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh, okay, you didn't, like, think about anyone's feeling or anything, and it's just like, you're so taken back, you're just like, oh, okay, love that.
Or kids will just grab something and run away with it. And I've had to have Kat, like, literally, like, I didn't have the courage. So she went over and she was like, hey, can I have that back? So anyway. And then the mom, like, takes off whatever stickers the kid put on the thing.
Oh my God.
Whatever it was I was
selling.
selling.
Yeah, she left with it that one time.
Yeah. And then she's like, I'm not going to buy this, even though my kid, like, put stickers all over it and carried it for, like, 20 minutes. I'm just going to put it back in your booth. Like, thanks. It's only $5. You could have bought it, but no. Anyway.
She also took one of my expensive things and then put it on someone else's table.
Oh my gosh.
It was, like, a very small room, so I could see where it was.
Yeah.
But okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Sorry. Get back. The lady in the table next to me turned to me and angrily said, you know those kids are very poor. Which, shut up.
Also, how do you know to
I mean, it's a
mind your
local
business?
church, maybe.
Oh, I guess they just knew them.
But also,
like,
yeah.
Mind your business.
Yeah, you don't go around and be like, they're poor.
Yeah.
Like, thanks.
So what? I'm supposed to... Anyway.
Okay. Which I told her I did not know, nor did I know what she wanted me to do with this information. Later, my booth neighbor called the kids over and gave them some of her homemade things, which she priced between $30 to $80, which the kids were happy with and ran off playing. Some of the kids kept coming back to my table to look at my expensive jewelry, but didn't say anything to me. When it was time to leave, the lady told me that maybe I shouldn't return to craft fairs if I wasn't going to be generous. Looking back, I guess I could have given the kids some of my more expensive jewelry. It would have just cost me the materials and a few hours of labor, but I did offer the kids cheaper jewelry that I've been more comfortable partying with for free.
Oh, she offered for free. She wasn't saying buy, like, here's my cheaper jewelry. She was saying just take it.
Yeah. And they're like, I don't want that. However, by that time in the fair, I had sold enough to cover the cost of my table and made a small profit from the event, so I wasn't going to be losing money at this fair. Am I the asshole for not giving the poor kids some of my more expensive product? Is there something I should prepare for future craft fairs? It's my first fair and I don't know what the culture of these events are like. I hate to think I was the ass without meaning to be.
Oh my gosh.
Which you're not the asshole.
Yeah, you're not the asshole.
But 100% relatable. Not that a woman would come over and say you need to give kids free things, but that you get, like, bullied by children to give them free things.
Yep. I feel like, especially if you know the event has a lot of families and kids, I would just say prepare something. Some little thing, just go, especially if it's, like, shiny, cute, colorful, something they can play with. That's what I would say. Because, but who, I'm sorry. Who, what, why, and how? Like, What? So and the other girl like just gave away like
Yeah.
to $80. What was it? Like something crazy.
Yeah,
amount?
she priced her stuff from $30 to $80, and so she gave her some.
My
cases
gosh.
of stuff. Yeah. Which is just like, okay. Like, and also maybe she priced them 30 to 80, but she didn't make it like it didn't cost $30 and stuff.
Like, you're not teaching kids like, if you want to do what's right by the kids, in my opinion, like, show them the value of of a dollar, show them that this is art that's worth, what they're pricing, and teach them to be kind and courteous and respectful, and not demand free things from people, because, like, what kind of adults are they going to grow into if they just get given things all the time, you know what I mean?
Nick, they're poor. Which, like, okay, I just love the audacity of just being like, they're poor, give them free things. Like, not that...
She was going to. Like, that's the other thing. Like, she didn't say, I'm giving them nothing. She said, take one of my...
Yeah.
And they were like, I don't like that. I'm sorry, bakers can't be choosers. Like, accept the nice gift from the lady and walk away.
I will say, I may or may not have had this happen to me. Not a woman telling me to do it, but there were these two kids that it was towards the end of the event, and so I had stuff, and then they just came over and they're like, I really want something, but my mom doesn't have money. And I was like, okay, cool. So, and then I just kind of was like, okay, I'll just stand here. So, and then they're looking at stuff, and they can play with it, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But then, like, they kept picking up stuff, and they're like, can I have this for free since you didn't sell it? And I was just like, what? No. But then, like, so I have things that are like $2, so I was like, you can have one of those.
Yeah.
Take one of those, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the girl was like, okay, and so she picked one up, and then the boy wanted something from my $10 section, which at this particular event, I only, like, 10 is like the max, unless it's like a big thing.
Yeah.
That it's like,
which I think is crazy, but anyway.
It's for poor kids. No, it's for kids. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, and the boy was like, he just wanted the thing in the $10 section, and then the girl said something like, "Be happy with what you get" or something. And but this kid was not putting down this $10 thing, and he just was staring at me with like just beady eyes. He was like, gosh. "No, this is mine." Like, and I was just like. And then, like, I was looking around for help. Like, I looked at my mom, and she was doing something. I was looking at her like, please come help me, because I feel like, what are you gonna do?
Right?
Because, I mean, like, I could say no and, like, take it out of his hand, but, like, like, I'm not gonna do that. So then I eventually was just like, okay, fine, sure. Take it, whatever. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, he wanted something from the $5 section.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
It's a little better.
And then I said, okay, sure, whatever. And then the girl went to the $10 section and picked up one from the $10 section and said, well, I want this one instead then.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like, you know what? Fine, whatever. I'm done. Like, please just
take
leave
it
me.
Go away.
Yeah.
Never come back.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, take it, whatever. And then...
Oh, no, they tell their friends?
No, they had a sibling. And the sibling came and said, you let my brother and sister have one, where's mine? And I had packed up most of my stuff. No. So then I had a thing of, like, keychains and stuff. And I was like, okay, here. Like, it was in a box. So I was just like, here, take one of them. And she was like, okay. And I was just like, what is happening?
I think they planned it. I think it was an elaborate scheme.
And I really don't think so, but that'd be really funny.
No, but that'd be funny.
Yeah.
Like, just specifically just to get crochet stuff. Oh my gosh. Kids.
Yeah. But when I read that, I was like, oh no, that happened to me. I got bullied by children. But it's like, and I mean, of course, I could have been like, no, but I'm just like, you know.
It's so difficult. It really is. Like, y'all probably listening being like, I would just said no. Well, that's not how
do it in front of a child.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do it yourself and tell me that you would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
say no to a little kid that's like, please, my mommy's poor. Like, what are you supposed to do? All right. Are we ready for our next story?
Floor is yours.
Okay, so this one apparently Kat has heard before, but I'm really interested to see what new take we've had we will have on it now, having been crocheting for a while. So the title is, Am I the Asshole for Telling My Sister-in-Law that It's Rude to Crochet Everywhere? So here we go. My sister-in-law does crochet. It's literally become her personality.
Us.
So what? Right? All at the beginning, so what? That's her thing. Let her do her thing. And then the second sentence. She started doing it after her and my brother experienced a second trimester loss earlier in the year. She's coping.
Leave her alone. She can do whatever she wants.
Like, let her, if she wants to.
As long as she's not committing crimes, she
right?
can do whatever she
Like,
wants.
do whatever she wants.
Yes.
Like,
max out your credit card, whatever.
right?
Like, she's doing one of the least, destructive things.
I know. She's not hurting anybody. She's making stuff. Anyway. And now she does it everywhere. I work in the same place she does, and I've seen her crocheting at her desk during her breaks and lunch.
Breaks and lunch. Mind your business.
Again, right?
She's not on the clock.
Not on the clock. And then just the way, I'm sorry, you sound like an asshole just the way you're typing this. My brother says it's how she relaxes, apparently. It keeps her calm.
Me.
So anyway, every week or so, we have family dinners over at my parents' house. Since my sister-in-law has been crocheting, she brings it with her. She just sits in the corner after dinner working on a project. Leave her alone, is all I have to say. My goodness gracious. My brother often sits with her, and they'll talk quietly. Again, I'm sorry, they sound like they're just going through it.
Yeah.
I'm reading this, and I'm like, oh, anyway. Both her and my brother are quite introverted. If she ends up sitting with my wife or another sister-in-law, she's crocheting. I recently invited her and my brother to watch a film at my house, and again, she sat crocheting through the whole film. It's rude because she's not paying attention to anybody else. Tonight, sorry.
What if she's ADHD and she has to crochet, or else,
anyway, well, yeah,
yes,
I have so many comments. Okay. Tonight, my brother posted a picture of them where they were out having a couple drinks in the pub. Good for them. Introverts going out in the wild, having fun. Yet again, she was crocheting. It was on the table in the picture. Oh my gosh, why are you investigating this person's pictures? In the comments, she was joking with her friends that she'll be able to see where on her work in progress that she got drunk, as it'll be all drooped stitches and she'll have to start again. That's actually really funny. That's hilarious. Her social media is full of posts about crochet. So what?
Leave her alone.
About what she's working on, the yarn or patterns she's bought, or their trips she and my brother take to go to specific yarn stores. How much are you obsessed with this person?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get a little creeped out.
Yeah, is your hobby, hating her?
He read all the posts and categorized them. That's a little weird. I've had enough of her being rude, and I commented under the post that it was rude that she kept crocheting everywhere and she needed to stop being so antisocial all the time. She didn't comment back, but one of her friends did, telling me to F off. It actually says EFF, I'm not. Because I feel like it's something that Kat would call me out for. Anyway. And that she can crochet wherever and whenever she wants. You go, girl. That's a good friend.
Yes.
I responded by saying, in that case, crocheting is banned in my house, so she'll have to socialize. She'll have to socialize in future events. My brother deleted my comments before my sister-in-law got to see them. Good. I know this because he told me when he messaged me telling me that I was being a prick and her crocheting wasn't hurting anyone. He said that she's... That's definitely not what that word's supposed to be. It says screwly. I think it's supposed to say she's currently crocheting all the time because she's making gifts for family and friends. BS, because we don't do gifts for adults in the family anymore.
That doesn't mean she's not doing it.
She's just being nice. You don't do gifts because you're an asshole. Anyway,
correct.
He told me.
Tell him, girl.
Thank you. This person I don't know. He told me that they wouldn't be coming around anymore until I apologized to her.
Yes.
I'm not apologizing because it's rude not to be giving people your full attention. Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law that it's rude to crochet everywhere? Yes, and yes.
Yes. Yes.
But so relatable because I bring it everywhere. I have social anxiety and just general anxiety, and it's just calms me down. And I went out to a bar in Philly just to hang out with a friend and listen to music, and there I was. I had a picture of me crocheting away at the bar. So what? I post about patterns I like. I post about my latest projects. So what? It's like my latest obsession.
It's not hurting anyone.
No.
And if you don't like it, just unfollow her.
Like, apparently you're obsessed enough to know this much about her, and now you're gonna ban crocheting in your house because she's not giving you her full attention. Does he, like, secretly
have a thing
for her? Like, that's, like, why? It's a gathering with other people other than just her, and he's just hyper fixated on that she's not paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Like, we all love to hate a person, and it's just every little thing ticks them off. But like so the only thing I can think is either like he's got like a secret crush, or like it's just that's the one person he's decided that he hates with like all of his might.
Yeah.
So anything she does, like even if she didn't crochet, if she just like didn't specifically like say the exact thing that he wanted her to say or something.
And he's married, I think. He was saying when she and my wife hang out. So it's not like he's upset at his brother for being married and he isn't. It's not like a jealousy thing, like, oh, you have a wife and I don't know. He does. I don't know how. But
well, she doesn't crochet.
Oh, okay.
She can't. Maybe she knits.
That's okay, though.
Yeah, he's like, knitting? Fine.
Crocheting?
Crochet
You're
is
a hooker? Not in my house. So you crochet where, when, and however you want out there. Don't let anyone tell you any different. It is fun. It's relaxing. Will it give us arthritis? Most likely.
Most likely. Be sure to do be sure to give your hands a rest and stuff.
Oh, but, true.
But I mean, like, yeah.
I feel like there's been days where I crochet for like 4 to 5 hours, and I just look up, and the house is dark. Everyone else has left. It's like,
no, that's
my eyes are burning. It's like, what have I been doing? And I made like one thing, or I made like not that much progress in that many hours, but anyway, because I do like shirts and bags and stuff, so like it's a little harder sometimes to feel like you did anything after 5 hours. I have to frog it constantly.
That is so funny when like you're just invested and it's been like 5 hours and you're just like, oh, what? And like you've stuff like is all over your hands. Like it just
I feel like I look over at your works in progress and you have like all these pieces done, and here I am, I made one hat or like half a bag, and you're like, I did like 4 plushies. It's insane.
Well, a lot of the stuff that like I do, like most of it is like no sew. So like there's
which is super cool. I still gotta learn how to do the bubble stitch thing because that looks sick. Bobble. Sorry. the way you're like, excuse me. It's called a bobble stitch. Clearly, I don't even know what the name is, let alone how to do it.
Well, no, just in case someone's listening, they're like, "What's a bubble stitch?" I mean, there probably is a bubble stitch.
No, but like that's important.
Yeah.
Yes. No, because that's how you make the little feet and stuff.
Yeah.
For the little guys. So.
But you know what's funny? Like when I look over and see what you're doing, I'm like, oh my god, she's making so much progress.
Oh.
So I'm the opposite thing. I was like, I'm doing nothing, and she's got like half.
Oh my gosh. We have a friend that listens to every single episode. He's gonna have a time with this one. I feel like he's gonna like. Oh my gosh. Oh. Do you think we have time for one more?
Sure, we can each do one more.
Yeah, sounds good.
We're trying to get Nick out of her habit of being like, no one wants to listen to me talk. So
I know, right? We're working on it.
Her.
She doesn't even let me look at the clock anymore to know how long the episode is, because she's just like, no, we go until like we feel like we've finished what we're going to talk about. Which I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it.
Because I feel like we did like 2 each. I feel like that's too little. Maybe.
Yeah, no, I agree. One more. Mine's kind of short, so I think it's a good one to end on.
Mine's not.
Here we go. Perfect. It'll even
Oh wait, no, it actually is shorter than I thought. There's just a lot that happens in it. Okay. Am I the asshole for not wanting to crochet my friend's entire wedding dress for free?
If we hadn't talked about this one, I would have been upset. So thank you.
Exactly. That's why I was like, let's do one more, and we're doing this one.
Perfect.
Okay. So to make a long story short, I started kind of a weird tradition in my friend group. I'm not able to go to weddings because because I have kids. So instead, I've been hand making crochet stuff for my friends to wear, mostly small things like scrunchies and gloves. Most of my friends have been super appreciative and love getting handmade gifts, since they know that it can take me hours or even days depending on how big it is. Well, we found out my friend Jay is getting married in April, and we are all super happy for her, but it does seem like short notice. I don't know when it's supposed to. It says a year ago, so I don't know. Jay asked me if I could crochet her a wedding dress that looked like her grandmother's, since the original dress was lost in a fire this summer.
Okay, so we're starting off. Let's analyze this right, step at a time. A request was made. That's step one. We'll see what we'll see the stipulations of the rest of the request, but that's step one.
The request is like ridiculous though.
No, absolutely, and that's not a lot of time. So, but like maybe though I kind of know what happens. I don't want to spoil, but like
she wants everything to be exactly like her grandma's dress was, down to the yarn color. I was a bit taken aback, to say the least. A dress of that scale would take months.
Yep.
Not to mention finding a color match to the yarn, since it's not super easy. I asked her to send some pictures of the dress to see what I could do, and let's say the thing is gorgeous, but there's no way even a skilled crochet expert could get that done in less than 2 months.
That's still fast.
Yeah. That's like, you quit your job.
Yep, and that's all you do.
Yeah. And you have kids, so you're just like, kids, I can't talk to you for 2 months, I'm crocheting.
Yep.
I politely explained to her that I couldn't possibly make the whole dress for her on such short notice, but I could make her a cute shawl with the same stitch to pay homage to her grandma's dress.
Oh my god.
Which is so nice.
She's gonna make it. Just but that's so sweet.
She responded by saying I was a bitch because I was playing favorites with friends by not making her what she wanted, then dramatically stormed off.
Oh my gosh.
Our friends are kind of split. All of them who do homemade crafts agree with me that Jay's expectations are unrealistic. They wrote expirations, but it's expectations. My other friends seemed torn because on one hand this dress meant a lot more to her than just a regular project, and that I should have handled it more gently than I did. At least no one's like, no, you should have made the dress.
Yeah, okay.
But the people that are like, the audacity. That's the end of it.
Oh, it's the end of it. Oh. So,
yes, sorry.
So sorry. So the request was made, part one. Part two, it was a demand that turned into a demand for free. So I would have given them a little leeway if they're like, I'll give you like a couple $100 or whatever, right?
Yeah, like even like, I know this is a big request, I'll pay for the materials or something.
That
like at the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
Bare minimum.
But yeah, but no.
But no, I want you to crochet. You know how picky brides are about wedding dresses? I just heard a story over the Easter weekend, because that's when all the stories come out, that someone went to, I think it was 50-something wedding boutique shops before she picked her dress, and then she ended up picking the second dress she tried on from the very beginning. So it's one of those things, but like, so brides are picky. It's your big day, you know? You're gonna have all the pictures, you're gonna pictures like plastered all over the walls, you know?
But when,
can you imagine she makes the dress, she finishes it, and what if she hates it?
What if she hates it? What if it doesn't fit?
Oh my gosh, so many things. What if she like...
Also, you have 2 months for your wedding. You don't get to be that picky.
For real? You didn't look at dresses? I'm sorry. There's so many things. I
get if it's like a last minute thing, you're just like, we have to do it, we need to do it. You can't be that picky. Even if you like go to a bridal shop, like you're probably gonna have to pay like more for them to expedite like to make it fit.
Yeah. Crazy.
So like even like not even making the whole dress, like it's just like what? And I mean, I get maybe she's like, okay, well, you made stuff for the friends. Hello?
Not the slow.
My cat is trying to get into a closet because he was trying to get my attention and I wasn't looking at him. So it's just like, I'm gonna.
It worked so far. The strategy worked because he didn't bombard our
our
episode.
But while I was setting up, Nick was like, "Oh, hi," and then I was like, "I'm not looking at him because then he'll leave us
oh
alone."
my gosh, you're right. So I had to like, after though,
Yes,
after
after
recording,
he will be getting
all the pets.
All the pets, yes. He can't wait though. But yeah, I just what?
Mm.
And like even the people pleaser in us, like I don't know that I could do that. Like
Yeah.
like because I'm like I feel like somehow I'd be like, no, I can do it. I can make it. I can just quit everything and just be
Right?
like,
Because you don't want to say no, but like I even think that's we finally found a request that even we wouldn't say yes to. Like
I think I mean I have a very good excuse because I don't do. Hello, Thackeray has now joined us.
Oh, that's a good jinx. Hey, buddy.
But like I don't do clothing. I do like little plushies and stuff. So I'm like I have a good excuse. But let's say that I did that stuff. It's just like what?
And it is kind of fun to think about though, because I've seen people that have crocheted their wedding dress, and I wouldn't crochet the whole dress, but I'd crochet like a piece of it. I'd wear like crocheted earrings, or like a shawl or something like they were saying, or the veil would be crocheted. So I think it'd be cool to incorporate that somehow.
Yeah, incorporate.
But
like also, like, how are you gonna, like, how's that gonna be comfy?
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah. I was holding Thackeray and then he started to purr and now he's investigating. So if you hear that's my boy. He almost fell.
My boy.
My boy.
Alright, so this last one is a short one. It's titled, Am I the Asshole for What I Said at the Craft Fair? Last spring, my partner brought me to one of those local artisan fairs she likes to go to. One of the booths we walk by sells shrub, which is a sugar vinegar mixture that you add botanicals to for flavoring beverages. It was popular in the cocktail-mocktail community a few years back. I declined to take a sample because I knew it wasn't my thing. As we were walking away, someone was commenting on the product, and in conversation with this person, I said, "Oh yeah, it's pretty interesting, eh?" I don't know, maybe they're Canadian.
Hey.
You can make it at home yourself as well. In my head, this is a normal thing to say because this is how cocktail bartenders share ideas with each other. My partner, though, was horrified I said this because it was an earshot of the person's booth, and she thinks it was hurtful and demeaning to their business and has never let me live it down since. I don't think I was being an asshole, so I've refused to concede, and 6 months later, here we are on Reddit asking, am I the asshole? So, having, like, gone to a lot of these artisan things, especially, I could see that you're just talking with somebody like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is something you could, like, just commenting saying you could make it at home if you wanted to.
Right.
Not saying this is bad, I'm making my own product, or like it's too expensive.
Or I can make it better, or yeah.
Yeah, just in conversation being like, yeah, it's like an all natural thing that you can make at home and you can make some pretty sick drinks. So, I think he just didn't mean anything by it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely wouldn't have said it, like me being the people pleaser. I would think it. Maybe
Yes.
I would say it when we're not in
the car.
Yeah,
In the car on the
yeah.
way back.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah, I don't think it was like malicious. It was just kind of like, oh, you know.
Right? I think she overreacted slightly.
Yeah.
I mean, although putting myself in her shoes as the people pleaser, I'd be like, why'd you say that within earshot? I completely resonate with that I would have.
Yeah.
Like, you said that and they're like 10 feet away from you?
Yeah. It's the within earshot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
It's definitely not like the biggest taboo, but yeah.
Yeah, so I just think, I guess just wait till you're a little further away, but like, you're not an asshole. Yeah. You're fine.
I mean, there have been people, there's this one person that like, every time I see him, he's like, oh, this is how I make this thing. And he's like explaining like how you can make it and stuff. And
Yeah,
like,
they don't gatekeep, which I think is great. You're not gonna like, what are you gonna do? Take that knowledge and build an empire? Like, I don't know.
Also, yeah, like, some of the stuff, it's like, I can make that at home. Will I? Most likely not. But you're just like, oh, I could do it. All right, well, I think Thackeray has decided that we have to end the episode. But we got one more thing to do, my boy. Oh, did you hear it? Mm-mm. Said we have one more thing to do, and he went...
Wow, butt in the face is true love.
Would you like to go first? That's the people pleasing of the week.
So that brings us to our people pleasing, because we've heard these guys and how we would people please in their situation. So on brand with the crafting for me. Like I said, I just started this year, and I started taking commissions a couple weeks ago, and it's one of those things where people would say, oh, I like what you make, I'll place an order eventually, and then I had 3 like people in my friend group or like one circle out of my friend group that were like, I want this thing, make it. So I said yes to all of them at the same time.
Whoopsies.
And then I also, over Easter break or Easter weekend, because we're not in school, sometimes I'm in denial of
I would
my
love
age.
to be back in school.
Right? And have like a, anyway.
Schedule.
Oh my gosh. Anyway. So yeah, over the weekend, I said yes to like every single gathering, because I was like, I don't want anyone to be upset and be like mad that I'm not attending, because what if they think I don't like them or something, and then they get upset about it because they plan this whole thing. Anyway, so I said yes to like 4 or 5 different events over the weekend. I have 3, maybe 4 commissions I'm working on, and I'm overwhelmed and I'm tired and I don't know what to do, and I'm anxious, and I can't even like tell them, oh, I need another week, because I can't, like, I don't want to do it.
I just won't sleep. I will do it.
I just like, I'm waiting for them to ask how it's going, and then I send progress pictures, and then come up with questions. You ever do that? Like, come up with a question that maybe slightly gives you more time, like, oh, well, what color do you want on this one thing, and just pray it takes a day, day to get back to you. So people please a little too hard, and now I'll be crocheting 12 hours a day for the next week. But it's okay. Like, I love it, and luckily they're all understanding, because I have chronic illnesses, and you know how it be.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it be. Like, so I think it'll be okay. I'm just like slightly overwhelmed. So there we go.
Mine is also crochet related. I sold this one thing, and then a lot of people wanted it when I already sold it. So I got like a bunch of pre-orders, and it was during a dance show. So like they had their final show, and then in like 2 or so many weeks they're gonna have like their banquet to celebrate the whole year and everything.
Yeah.
So people like pre-ordered them for me to make the things, and some of them hadn't paid yet or anything. So but whatever. I know I'll get the money and I'll get them the things.
Yeah.
But in my head, I've decided that I have to have them done for the banquet.
Yep.
Which I don't.
They're chilling. They're going about their day. They're like, oh, I'm looking forward to getting that thing. Not a rush. And you're like sitting there like stressed crocheting, like, it needs to be done in 3 days.
Well, also, because I'm also like, in order for like them to get them, I'd have to give them to one person, and then that person give it to another person. So I'm just like, they'll all be in the same place.
Yeah.
So I'm just
makes
like,
sense.
yeah, it's just.
But that's, my gosh. Yep.
It's a hard life being a people pleaser.
But it's the life we have chosen for ourselves. Because if we didn't, we would overthink and relive that moment. If we dare not people please, it would just crush our soul.
Correct. Yes.
So this is what we do. This is how we live to not have mental breakdowns. So anyway, we hope you liked this week's episode and our special guest, Thackeray, who will be appearing in future episodes as well.
Yes. Thackeray is tapping the chair. He's like, excuse me.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
Oh. You want to sign us off, buddy?
There he is.
What? Yeah. You're gonna break your back, my dude. Alrighty, well, we will see you next time. Hopefully,
we hope you liked it, and we hope we did good, and we hope that you had fun. And
Oh, you have to go now because Taku's here again.
Bye.
Bye.